Mr. Patrick Francie, how are you on this beautiful day? Hey, our first Facebook Live since post-holidays.
It's been a while since we've done a Facebook Live. So here we are. We're here.
We might be a little rusty. Who knows?
Who knows? We may be. Got lots to talk about. We're actually not rusty. We just did an amazing segment for Rain Channel. So a couple of segments for the Rain Channel. So that's fun.
Real estate news is going to be dropping tomorrow. So get ready for that, folks. But let's talk about Rethinking Real Estate Conference, Patrick. January 22nd, we decided we were going to launch the year in a huge way. We were going to talk about a concept that we have been dripping out more and more about. But quite frankly, we're one of the only ones talking about this concept of rethinking real estate. I mean, the very fabric of the real estate market is actually shifting beneath our feet. And we are having our community be way ahead of the curve because this is such a fundamental shift that if you're not ahead of the curve, you're behind the curve, and that is not a good place to be in this case.
Well, I don't even know. I think beyond fundamental, it's foundational, and it just isn't here yet. It's like so many things. So as real estate investors, of course, Rain has led the charge in this space for 29 years. And as leaders, we always have to be looking into the future as in how do we support our real estate investor community, and how do investors really, stay ahead of what real estate is about to do. And so when we look at rethinking real estate is really looking into the future and preparing today for what the future is about to bring, because you don't want to be trying to catch up to what's coming our way. And it's got a lot to do with technology, JG. You and I have been entrenched in it for the past couple of years, and we're seeing it is actually starting to ramp up as a trend. It may not happen in 6 months from now, but I'll tell you what, in a year from now and in 18 months from now, you're going to start to see it. You do not want to be chasing it. You want to be ahead of it.
That's a really good way to say it, Patrick, and what I love about this event, Rethinking Real Estate, is we're actually doing two things at the same time. We're having incredible economic updates. We're having Dr. Sherry Cooper, who's going to be, she's an incredible economist. I'll let you talk about her in a second, but she's giving real live economic updates and what she's seeing feet on the street right now. So that's pretty awesome. You're going to be doing an awesome segment called the Market and Cycle Update, and you're going to be updating the entire country, the whole thing, not just BC and Alberta and Ontario. We're going to be talking about the East Coast. We're going to be talking about Central Canada. We're going to be talking about Ontario
Quebec.
and BC and Quebec as well. Yeah, 100%. So those two things are very in the trenches. What's happening right here, right now, and giving investors the data they need to make good decisions going forward. That's the first thing we're doing. And then we're also going to talk about the future. But before we talk about that, tell us a bit about Dr. Sherry Cooper.
Well, something Dr. Sherry Cooper has been she's become a legend in this space, when it comes to economy and when it comes to what's happening in the world of real estate. She was with the Bank of Montreal for many, many years as one of their leading economists. She went on, I think a few years ago, I want to say five years ago, to work with DLC, Dominion Lending, and really is leading the charge in what they do on the research side of it, and as an economist and strategist, if you will, for Dominion Lending. So, she really knows her stuff. She's in the trenches. She's in the world of lending every day. She's in the world of what's happening in real estate and the economy. That's what she does, and that's the services that she provides. She's been on our stage before. She's an amazing speaker. She's very interesting, and one of the things she loves to do is Q&A after her presentations. She loves that live Q&A. She takes it on like a trooper, and she doesn't back away from anything. I've had her on my podcast, so if you want to hear about Dr. Sherry Cooper, I think it was a year ago I had her on the Everyday Millionaire podcast. So if you want to hear how she is, how she presents, it's a very interesting podcast. It was extensive, and we talked a lot about what was happening when COVID first hit.
Yeah, and the other thing too is I just got confirmation from my assistant literally like 30 seconds ago that we are going to be interviewing Dr. Sherry Cooper. I think it's on January 12th. We're trying to line it up, right? But we will be interviewing her live on Facebook before she takes the stage at the January 22nd Rethinking Real Estate Conference. So that's exciting stuff. We're so glad to have Dr. Sherry Cooper. We also have a lot of other speakers as well, Patrick, because not only are we talking about economically what's happening right now, where's the economy going? Where is it today? What are the statistics? What are the numbers? What's it looking like? but we're also looking into the future. We're saying, where's this going in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now? And we're talking things like cryptocurrency. We're talking things like NFTs. We're talking blockchain technology. And we've brought together some experts that are in it right now, doing it, quite literally doing it, using this new world of blockchain technology, DeFi, decentralized finance. How do you park your cash and earn 10, 15, 20% by parking your cash in the DeFi market system? I mean, these are things we're going to be showing live people how to do. I mean, it's exciting stuff, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I think it's, there's so much controversy around crypto. There's so much controversy around blockchain. It still remains, but the reality is it's here to stay. This isn't about you going out and buying Bitcoin and investing in Bitcoin. That isn't the conversation. The conversation is understanding this technology is leading the way. It is coming. And rather than try and catch up to the language, rather than try and even understand catch up to understanding the concept, it's really to start to immerse yourself in it so that you actually are familiar with the terminology, you're familiar with what's going on, as opposed to, ignoring it or making it wrong. If you ignore it, it will come back to haunt you. I can assure you that, because it is actually happening. And so our job is to help you, guide you, to give you some familiarity with what's really going on in the world, so that in fact you're familiar with some of the decisions you may need to make in the near future.
Well, Patrick, I love what you just said there. You said, you're talking about cryptocurrency, and then you talk about it like it's a technology. I find that fascinating. I want people to pay attention to the fact that we're not talking about it as a store of value. We're not talking about it as a currency. We're not talking about it as an investment. We'll touch on some of those things too, but this is a technology, and that technology will impact real estate. Let us be very clear. It will impact real estate. And like Patrick said, if you're a step behind the equation, you may forever try to catch up to this market. You have a window of opportunity here where it's time to learn about this stuff, because it's very early. I mean, this is like, Patrick, the internet, 1992, 1990. I mean, that's the phase we're in. And that's exciting for me, because if you told me today you can get in on the internet 1990, 1988, I'd say you're crazy not to look into it.
Yeah. But here's the thing about it. The internet took a number of years for the adoption rate of the internet was really a number of years. Well, guess what? The adoption of blockchain and the technology that's driving the blockchain today is happening at 100x what the internet was. Well,
I'll give you the actual statistics, Patrick. From 1996 to the year 2000, the internet was adopted at a 67% rate. That 67 year over year, 67% growth year over year. Right now, the space of crypto, blockchain, NFTs is being adopted at twice that rate, to 130%. Yeah. And so it's going to be, they're expecting, and get this, and we don't want to get too much into this, because then we're just going to open too many cans of worms here, but they're expecting that we will be well into the billions of people into cryptocurrency by 2024. That's only 2 years away. We're talking about billions of people. Anytime you have billions of people involved in an industry, crazy shit happens, and that's going to have an effect on real estate. That's the thing. Well,
and we talked about this. I think at our event. When did we have our last event? In November.
The Great Real Estate Reset.
Yeah, those in November, I think we were just talking about. And one of the things that we were discussing what technology is going to do. And you and I just had this conversation the other day, because we got introduced into the conversation back then about the metaverse and, having goggles, and really that's how we'll be meeting, and the great Canadian real estate migration and what that means and why that can happen, and where is it going into the future, and why are these smaller towns all of a sudden seeing an influx of people, all of those conversations. But then you said the other day, I just met somebody who's actually providing mortgages, or setting yourself up to be a mortgage provider in the metaverse, but owning metaverse real estate. I mean, what is going on? It's crazy.
Happening. Yeah, it's happening. It's listen, the bottom line is this, folks. Is it very early? 100%. It is very early. You're at the 1 yard line of this entire new wave of technology, new wave industry. But that's the time to start learning about it. It's not time to start learning about it when we're 30, 40% adopted, because a lot of the opportunities have passed. It's time to learn about it now. And that's what this event is all about. And that's just one part of this event. This Rethinking Real Estate Conference is about opening your mind to the possibilities of what's coming, and to prepare you. We're not saying you got to move into these directions today, but we're saying you have to be open to these possibilities today, because the opportunities are going to be there tomorrow. That's what this is all about, Pat.
Well, it really is that. I want to come back. The research team has been working extremely hard, as of we doing the research, looking at what's going on in the world economically. These are uncertain times economically. But I want to just come back, and this is a little bit of a blow on our own horn, JG. But you and I sat 2 years ago saying that given what's going on with the economic crisis that the pandemic has created for us, we knew that it would be rough, but there would be huge opportunities in real estate. And many people sat back waiting for the world to come to an end and or for real estate to crash. And, at the end of the day, I know a lot of people continue to sit on the sidelines. And what we're suggesting is that opportunities still exist in the real estate world, and not to sit on the sidelines and to ignore what's happening with this technology. This is what we do, and we look into the future as we are real estate investors ourselves, and we look into the future and we say, something, this is where things are going. Do not sit on the sidelines. These are huge opportunities to get into a marketplace and to leverage your capital, to gain yield, to actually set yourself up for the future, whether that be legacy, financial freedom, certainty, security, whatever words you want to use. We're looking into the future and we're seeing these opportunities, but you have to start today.
It's a very, very well said, Patrick. Folks, we look forward to you attending the Rethinking Real Estate Conference. Click on the link. Go get all the details. Tickets are on sale now. Tickets are selling actually super, super fast. We can tell that we've definitely struck a chord. I mean, it's one of the fastest selling events we've ever had. Over the holidays, we were shocked. We went away. We shut the company down, kind of went on holidays, came back. I was like, holy crap, man. Everyone loves this conference.
Yeah. Lots of guests.
Really excited for that, folks. Go check it out. Look at the agenda. Look at all the incredible speakers. And we look forward to sharing, Patrick, I look forward to sharing the stage with you at Rethinking Real Estate Conference. And I look forward to seeing all of you there as well. Patrick, thanks so much for doing this.
Thanks, JG.